brother. Oh, brother is right. And now look at that blouse. And now look at the skirt. And the socks. Thanks a lot for helping us prove a point.
Hey there, and welcome to the first installment of my 101 series. I'm helloleesh, and this is a series where we get to learn together about the aesthetics of ourselves and our surroundings. If you're a longtime viewer, you've probably noticed a shift in my content partially towards fashion styling. And you may know that I began working as a personal stylist in 2015 and just have continued styling people in my life ever since then, including my subscribers. But what a few of you have asked for, which makes perfect sense, is some sort of video on style basics, just kind of where to start in order to get a better grasp on how I kind of more intuitively style outfits. And I think this idea is brilliant. I racked my brain to figure out where we should kind of start, and it occurred to me that our first stop should be really truly understanding our body types and how to dress for them. While body types are not a monolith and you might find that your body can be categorized more than one way, professionals in the fashion industry have created these templates to describe each body type. And it should be noted that while these types are virtually always spoken to in regards to women's fashion, these principles can apply across all genders. But for the sake of what we're referencing in this video, we will be referring to what is known as women's fashion. And also, when we're talking about traditionally styling men, there are different rules. So if you'd like a video on how to style men, I'm happy to make that video. I'll be honest, it's a lot easier than styling women. There's a lot more information for us to consume when it comes to learning about women's fashion. It should also be noted, though it goes without saying, that these are just general guidelines. You should feel free to ignore them if you want, or stray off course if you want. You should wear whatever the hell you want. I strongly encourage it. But for those looking for a place to start, let's explore the world of body types. So you may have heard these kind of fruit and shape words thrown around to describe body types. Words like apple, hourglass, inverted triangle, pear, rectangle. But what do these mean? These body types are determined by the proportional relations of the measurements between your shoulders, bust, waist, and hips. There are a few kind of subtypes or subcategories that can apply to you while these other body types do apply. And those subtypes are petite, tall, and plus. These subtypes often affect how off-the-rack clothing can fit you, so you may need to shop in a specialty section of a store or take your garments to a tailor in order to get the right fit. Sometimes you'll find yourself categorized more than one way. I may be partially an apple, partially rectangle, or I'm kind of round but kind of a pear. That happens. Body types are determined by your bone structure and not by your weight. So you can be an apple at a size 16 or at a size 2. And for the record, I am an apple type. Now let's take a look at the primary body types. The apple. This is also referred to as circular or round. If your chest and waist measure the same or larger than your shoulders and oftentimes hips, you are an apple type. What I like to do when I dress apple types and other body types is I like to create balance. I really focus on balance when it comes to this body type. Much like the inverted triangle, apple types tend to carry more weight higher up in the body. They also tend to have less of a defined waist. What I want to do is to define the waist and create balance between the upper and lower halves. So, to enhance the waist, we can try a few different things. Have fun with belts. You guys have seen in some of my fashion videos, I am a big proponent of belts as a means to create structure and definition in an outfit that might be lacking that. You can try a wrap dress. Wrap dresses are universally flattering and they tend to create more of an hourglass figure across all body types. You can try an empire waist. An empire waist is essentially a fit in which the waistline is higher than the natural waist by defining it at the smallest part of the torso, which is just below the bust. And to create balance, you can try an A-line dress or skirt. This is sometimes called fit and flare. This describes a garment that flares out from the waist. You can also try wide leg pants. Remember to pair these with heels or pointed toe flats to create a lengthening effect. We oftentimes hear that creating volume down below balances volume up top. And while that's true, I think there's more to it than that. I believe that creating volume down below, or anywhere for that matter, creates an optical illusion. It kind of creates this blank space and allows the mind to kind of fill in the blank with what the mind thinks that it should see. And I don't mean that to say that our body types are not what they should be, but this is a necessary evil to fashion styling. I don't know what to tell you other than that. But yes, where we add volume, at times that can kind of conceal certain parts of our bodies that we may not want to show off that day, and just allows passersby to see balance underneath where that volume is created. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if that doesn't make sense, or if it does. I'd love to clarify if I need to. And that's all to say that I like to create volume down below for Apple types in order to, for the sake of simplicity, let's just use the word conceal, but to conceal more narrow hips. We can create that volume by adding an A-line skirt, whereas on the other hand, you'll find when we talk about the Pear type, that volume can also conceal wider hips that one may not want to show off that day. So kind of keeping this like trick of the eye in mind. So by the same logic, you can use the trick of the eye by wearing something more voluminous up top as an apple, and wearing slimmer fitting pants and skirts, showing off your legs, show off your assets if that's what you want to do. But if you do choose this route, make sure that the voluminous top only grazes the hips, something like an oversized blazer or a tunic top. The point is to draw the eye upwards, to show off the shoulders and the face, to show off the legs, and to create a defined waist. Famous people with an apple body shape include Amy Schumer, Oprah, Mindy Kaling, Drew Barrymore, and Kate Winslet. Here are some outfits that I like for apples. In a recent BAP, I mentioned that I tend to have boobs and belly. That's kind of the way I put it. And I mentioned this top that I was wearing in a photo and how it made me feel good about myself because it was kind of just like soft and stretchy around the bust and kind of defined that, but then flowed down from there. And this dress right here kind of gives me that same vibe. I feel like it has the same fit. It's fitted around the bust and then flows freely from there, essentially creating an empire waist. In the second outfit, we see someone wearing a wrap dress, which I mentioned are pretty universally flattering. They create more of an hourglass shape. As you can see, this model was styled by defining a waistline just below the bust, which is recommended for apple types. The open neckline and accessories also create that flow that brings the eye up to the shoulders and face, like we mentioned. There are a few things that I love about this third outfit. The first thing that I see is that this model was given a waist, a very clearly defined waist, by this large black band on her skirt. The jacket adds a little bit of structure up top, while the skirt flows freely from the hips out. I like that her top is fitted around the bust, shows it off just a bit. This is a very well-balanced outfit for an apple type. And this last outfit is one that I love because this model chose to go with wide leg pants that have a very high waist. Again, a higher waist creates a smaller defined waist that helps to create balance. She also has volume around her sleeves, which just creates this fun element to look at that doesn't change anything about the overall body shape or how we see it. The Pear. This is also referred to at times as the triangle. If your hips and thighs measure wider than your bust and shoulders, you are a pear type. So what I like to do when I style pear types is to really draw the eye upward with fitted tops while using the trick of the eye by creating volume down below with A-line skirts and wide leg pants. Other types of garments that work for pear types are plunging necklines and peplum tops. I mentioned that I like fitted tops and loose bottoms for pear types, but alternatively, you can recognize that this body type is very much in right now. It is in vogue to be a pear type. So if you want to go completely off course, throw on a crop top and some fitted pants, like by all means, do that. Have fun with it, show it off. Just make sure that you are not drowning your upper half in overly flowy tops that hide your defined waist. We want to see that defined waist. That's what it definitely comes down to. That's, I think, the key when it comes to a lot of these body types is really seeing a defined waist. Famous people with pear-shaped bodies include Beyonce, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jennifer Lopez, Rihanna, and Meryl Streep. Here are some outfits I love for pears. This first outfit essentially describes my go-to for pear types. I've also talked on my channel about my love for a simple fitted black turtleneck. They are so understated, so sexy. I love that this pear-shaped person is wearing a fitted turtleneck with an A-line skirt that kind of flares out from the hips. It creates a really beautiful silhouette, and you can see that her waist is clearly defined. In this second outfit, we see that the model's figure is given more volume up top with a large scarf as well as structured or padded shoulders on her jacket. But what I love about this outfit is that the jacket is fitted. It has a slimming effect throughout the middle, again, creating that defined waistline, and then only grazes the hips, which just creates a good, nice, streamlined effect. If you're looking at these next two outfits and thinking that you totally see helloleesh in those outfits, it's because you would. Just because these guidelines exist doesn't mean that I don't wear what I want to wear. But there are also ways of tweaking these outfits to make them better for our body types. So let's take a look at these other two. In this third outfit, pretty simple. We see a fitted top and some wide leg pants down below. It's a really great silhouette for a pear type, very simple, well done. In this fourth outfit, we see the beautiful green emerald skirt that I have in various different forms, but again, creates an A-line silhouette down below, but then the jacket creates some structure up top and has some detail towards the top that draw the eye upwards. The hourglass, which is sometimes referred to as curvy. If your chest and hips are fuller while your waist is defined, you are an hourglass. When I style hourglass figures, I like to do the following. Focus on the cinched waist. I love crop tops and other tops that are wider around the bust and fitted at the waist. You can also achieve this look by tucking in tops, which we should be doing most of the time anyway. Even opt for a half tuck or by using belts. The idea is to give the body room around the bust and around the bum while showing off the waist. Again, wrap dresses are great for this type. Fit and flare can be a great option too, depending on the garment's fabric and measurements. Make sure it fits around the bust without drowning the waist. Alternatively, if you're fitting to the waist, make sure there's room for the girls. Famous people with hourglass shapes include Marilyn Monroe, Salma Hayek, Christina Hendricks, Halle Berry, and Scarlett Johansson. Here are some outfits that I like for hourglass types. The first outfit here shows a pretty simple wrap dress, just shows how universally flattering wrap dresses can be. You see a full bust, full hips, as well as a cinched waist, which is what we're trying to achieve when we're styling an hourglass shape. In this second outfit, we see a simple jumpsuit, great for hourglass types as long as they are cinched in the waist, because you will still get to see the larger bust, the larger hips, and a cinched waist. While this third outfit is a little bit on the basic side for me, I think it is a good display of how hourglass types are able to make use of crop tops and wear garments essentially that are fitted to the bust as well as the hips. You lucky bitches. And I love this fourth outfit because it is another way of showing how crop tops can be utilized for hourglass types. We do have a fitted top that shows the model's bust. And then we utilize the trick of the eye down below with an A-line skirt. The inverted triangle, also referred to as top-heavy or broad-shouldered. If your shoulders and perhaps your bust outmeasure your waist and hips, you are an inverted triangle type. How do I like to style inverted triangles? Much like the apple type, we want to create volume at the lower half. Fit and flare dresses, A-line skirts, and wide leg pants are great options. It is of utmost importance that tops are comfortable around the shoulders. While I encourage you to wear jackets and tops that cover the shoulders and are comfortable, I would discourage features like padded shoulders. I also like open necklines that turn outward toward the shoulders, as opposed to those that turn inward like halter tops. Halter tops or necklines that go in towards from the neck out to the armpit essentially can create the illusion that the shoulders are even broader than they are. Open necklines that move out towards the shoulders have the opposite effect. Famous people with an inverted triangle body type include Angelina Jolie, Naomi Campbell, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Lucy Liu, and Victoria Beckham. Here are some outfits that I like for inverted triangle types. In both of these outfits, we see kind of the same concept, so that's why I'm showing them together. We see that open neckline that I referred to, and you can particularly see in the second outfit, which has kind of a wrap effect around the waist. The lines of the blouse go upwards and out towards the shoulders. Similar idea in the first one, the neckline is open, triangular, moving out towards the shoulders. And in both outfits, we see wide leg pants down below, which creates that volume, that balance that we want. Jackets and skirts. Love, oh my goodness, I love a good jacket and skirt combo. One of my favorites. What I like to see with inverted triangles who wear jackets with or without skirts. I like to see softer tops, so cardigans work in place of a jacket at times, but in this first outfit we see a jean jacket, which jean jackets tend to have a softer feel to them, tend to be more comfortable for those that have broader shoulders and don't add more volume to the shoulders. Alternatively, you can wear a jacket that does give structure to the shoulders so long as it doesn't add more to what's already there. So when it comes to something like a blazer or a leather jacket, I don't mind some structure around the shoulders so long as it fits comfortably around the shoulders and doesn't add any more padding or structure than is already there naturally. So an outfit like this perfectly accentuates an inverted triangle's shoulders while also adding volume down below with an A-line skirt. And note that this jacket too does have a slimming effect towards the middle, and the model's waist is defined by a large belt. So this is a very well curated outfit. And lastly, let's try something completely different. So we've been talking about the trick of the eye, adding volume to areas that may be larger or smaller than we would want them to be. Why not do the same around the shoulders, which is exactly what this model has done. We see more volume added around the shoulders by way of a puffy sleeve, which of course is going to be for the more adventurous. But if you are adventurous, I totally encourage this. I love this outfit. I think I would love it even more if it were a two-piece set and the outfit kind of had a crop top with a flowier A-line to the skirt. But still, great outfit, really fun, really visually appealing, and kind of masks the shoulder area versus making the shoulders appear larger. And lastly, we have the rectangle, which is also referred to as straight. If your shoulders, your bust, your waist, and your hips are more or less uniform, then you probably are a rectangle or a straight body type. How do I like to style rectangle body types? I love to use the waist as an anchor, keep tops cinched and tucked. You can pretty much have fun elsewhere, but make sure you keep your waist cinched. Create volume up top and down below. For example, a structured blazer with flared jeans. A fit and flare silhouette can create the illusion of a pear shape. This can be created by a fit and flare dress or a form-fitting top combined with a flared skirt or wide leg pant. Lean into the plunging boho tops with bell bottoms if boho is your vibe. This is so much fun. Here we see Malin Ackerman, who is a rectangle body type in this sort of outfit with the plunging neckline and the flared jeans. It draws attention upwards toward the face, also kind of shows off a bit of the bust, and creates some volume down below, with the bell bottoms, of course. Other ideas include a loose top, like a tunic, with fitted bottoms can create more of an apple-shaped figure. A loose top with a belt will create more of an hourglass shape. Please note, too, that when I suggest that you try this trick in order to look more like a different shape, I'm not saying that pear shapes should try to be rectangles or rectangles should try to be pears. The idea is more that we are using tricks in order to kind of meld the body types together and create a sense of balance. Also, you can lean into the straight-lined look with a sheath dress or a jumpsuit. Think 60s mod, Twiggy, Edie Sedgwick. Famous people with rectangle body types include Kate Hudson, Gigi Hadid, Kendall Jenner, Cameron Diaz, and Natalie Portman. Here are some outfits I like for rectangle types. In this first outfit, I love it. I just love it. It's very simple, but we see a fitted top and wide leg pants. Of course, I've said several times, the wide legs give the illusion that there's more volume down below. A fitted top is great for showing off a cinched waist, and the detailing around the shoulders adds a little bit of volume and structure around the shoulders as well. So you do kind of create more of an hourglass shape this way. Similarly, in this second outfit, we see ruffles around the shoulders, a high waist that is cinched and defined, and flared jeans, which create volume down below. This also creates an hourglass shape. This third outfit is great for various types, rectangles, pears, inverted triangles, keeping the top simple, the waist defined with a belt, and pants wide, creating volume down below. And lastly, we see an outfit where volume is created up top as well as down below on this model, while keeping the waist not only cinched, but a bit exposed, which is a great way, again, of creating an hourglass illusion. So those are the different body types. Again, remember, you might fall into more than one category. The basic idea, though, is to create balance while enhancing and drawing the eyes towards your favorite features. Remember that these are just guidelines. You have free will. By all means, break the rules. If you like something, wear it. You should be having fun. And if you're frustrated, you may need to just take a bit more time. Explore and experiment with your wardrobe. Try different combinations, try different kinds of silhouettes, see what gets you compliments or makes you feel good in general. So if you take nothing else away from this video, please let it be that I want you to feel good. That is all I have for you today. To you, the one person who's watching who's not me, thank you so much for sticking around for this video and for all the changes that my channel's been going through lately. Hopefully we will be settling into kind of a cadence that feels kind of natural and normal. Mostly content, like I said, around the aesthetics of the self and our surroundings. Hence the name and the title, Self and Setting. And with that, you'll see me in the next one. Thanks. Bye.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.